Hi, my name is Melissa Daniels and I have strabismus. Strabismus is when your eyes don't point in the same direction, kind of like this picture. That's what my eyes looked like 3 years ago. Since then, I've done over 100 appointments in vision therapy, hundreds of hours in eye exercises, and I've had a strabismus surgery. And this video is going to be all about what it was like to do vision therapy after strabismus surgery and why I chose to combine surgery with vision therapy. I know a lot of you are curious about that because we all hear the same stories that the results from surgery don't stick. You get the surgery and your eyes are straight and then the eye drifts again. And I know for me that was one of my biggest fears, and a lot of people with strabismus have that same concern because why go through the trouble of getting a surgery if the eye is just going to go again? If you want to read the whole article, you can go to my website at strabismussolutions.com/postvt, and I have all of the details of what vision therapy looked like after I had strabismus surgery. But I'm going to go into part of that in this video. So it was not, I'd love to say that all my dreams came true with strabismus surgery. I fully expected to have them take off the gauze and to see in 3D and have my vision be perfect. And that is not what happened. If you've seen my other videos, you know that it has been a rocky process. There's definitely been moments where I progressed and then regressed. And a lot of that has happened, and I found some specific patterns that have helped me with the progress and some patterns that have caused the regression. So let's dive in to what the therapy was like. Immediately following surgery, I started going to vision therapy 2 weeks later. I think that was too soon. If I could do it again, I would have probably waited 4 to 6 weeks at least just to give my eyes time to heal. Just like if you get a knee surgery, you're going to struggle to walk. I struggled with basic eye movements, with moving my eyes to the left and right, up and down, all of the things. I couldn't hardly do it. It hurt too much, and my eyes had just lost a lot of their coordination, I guess. So the first 2 months of therapy were really just trying to build me back up to where I was before I had the surgery. I came back and I didn't really have very much stereo. I couldn't do the gem. I couldn't see depth. It was very sad. I did a lot of crying and wondering if I'd made a huge mistake. It was a hard time, but I decided to start doing Vivid Vision. And that is an app that you can get on Oculus. Actually, you can get it on any virtual reality headset through your optometrist, and you can check out this video all about what the Vivid Vision is like. But I will tell you that I started doing that and it made a huge difference. I also started eating really healthy. And when I started doing that, I noticed I got my vision back way faster. I just started progressing really fast and I got closer to where I was before surgery. It's still very different because before surgery I had exotropia. After surgery I had esotropia. So there were some differences that were just going to be different. And they're different today, 18 months later. They're still different just because now my eyes are in a different position. But I got back to closer to where I was before surgery. I even saw the stereogram of the fly, and the wings were floating at the eye doctor, and it was so cool. So I started gaining back that stereo vision after a few months. It was probably 2 to 3 months where it was like I had started over completely and had to relearn everything. I learned it way faster, but it still took a long time. After that, that was the progress part. We had some family stuff happen, and I had to take my attention off of vision therapy. I was really scared. My little girl was very sick, and I started eating terrible and not doing as much therapy and went downhill real quick. Then I got all that taken care of, got back on track, and started taking off again. An important part of my post-surgery therapy was using glasses with Prism. So Prism basically takes what you're looking at, and if your eyes aren't pointed the same direction, it it moves the image so that both eyes are looking at the same thing. So you can put those two images together and see single instead of double. And that was a huge part of my therapy. We tried to wean me off of the Prism. So I started with a 10 Prism on my right eye. And then after a few weeks, I kind of built up again. And then we moved it down to an 8. And then we moved it down to a 6. And then I would work for a few weeks until I was seen at the same level. And then we would move it down. And when I say we, I mean my doctor, Dr. Dan. He would, decide when it was time. We had a whole chart. It was very exciting. And I was just making these huge gains. And the Prisms were really making a difference. And then all of a sudden that just like stopped at 4. I got to the 4 Prism and it was just, I couldn't get lower than that. It became summer break. I decided to take the summer off of vision therapy, kind of. I still went in once a month. I still did a lot of home exercises. I was still doing vivid vision, but I wasn't doing it every day. It was more like a couple times a week, and I wasn't eating healthy at all. And it just, at the beginning of summer, like I was like amazed. All the trees were beautiful. My 3D was getting better. I remember looking at grass and I was like using a saw and everything seemed so fantastic. And I thought, I don't even need to go back to therapy after summer. I'm doing so good. But what I've noticed with therapy is, if I work really hard this week, next week, my vision is improved. Even if that week I'm not doing anything, my vision is still improved. And so that was the case. I'd worked so hard in March, April, May. I was seeing those results in the first half of the summer. And so I thought, I'm doing fantastic. But as I wasn't doing much during the summer, I saw that result the second half of the summer and the beginning of fall. And things got really terrible. Can I say terrible? I hate to be depressing. It really, anyways, it's okay. So I had a progress revisit and there just was no change. I'd made certain amount of progress and then it just had kind of stopped. And I was so frustrated and I was ready to quit. I told my optometrist, look, I can't keep paying for this when I'm not making any progress. So either something has to change, we have to make a change in the therapy, something has to change, or I have to be done. And I wasn't like trying to threaten him, but it was just like logical, like this isn't working. And so we had a little heart to heart. He committed to rewatching all of Dr. David Cook's lectures on strabismus, which David Cook is like a great teacher. I committed to trying to make small changes. I committed to not eating sugar and going back on my healthy eating diet. If you want to know what I eat, I made a whole guide because I get asked so much. So if you go to strabismussolutions.com/eat, you can get my free guide. It's completely free and it's beautiful. So you can even print it out and put it on your fridge, but it goes through what to eat, how it affects your vision, and like the process that has made such a big difference for me. So anyways, we both kind of made these commitments and then decided we were going to give it like one last big push. And I paid for the next 10 visits and that was the plan. And things started happening really quickly. We changed the Prism in my glasses. Instead of having the stick-on Prism that you could change, I got like a prescription to just get the Prism put straight into my glasses so that the glasses were clear, and my right eye started working again, and those issues all went away. I started eating, made a huge difference. I started taking Zoloft. It's an antidepressant, which I didn't think I needed because I've never considered myself depressed and it was actually for anxiety, and I never thought I had anxiety, but anyways, you don't need to hear the whole story about it, but basically I thought I had a heart problem because my heart wouldn't stop racing at night when I was trying to sleep. And my doctor was like, why don't you try the Zoloft? And I was like, isn't that for depression? And they're like, yeah, but I think you have anxiety. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm like, I think you do. Anyway, so I tried it. Obviously it fixed the heart racing, but also my vision just like took off. I think it like helped relax my brain or something. I don't know. But between the diet, the new Prism glasses, the Zoloft, me studying the Bates method, things have just been taking off and I'm slowly improving. I feel like I'm using both my eyes so much more frequently. I don't even need glasses anymore. I don't use any Prism. Um, I was done wearing those glasses by the end of December. I've maybe worn them in 2022 2 or 3 days. Like when I don't get any sleep or I'm really sick or something. Sometimes I'll get some double vision when I'm driving and I'll have to wear glasses then. But other than that, I don't need the Prism anymore. I am I perfect or is my vision perfect? Totally no. No. I still have a long ways to go. It's a lot to teach my very stubborn brain to use both eyes all the time and to believe in the space and the depth that I'm seeing. It's been a huge process and it's not over, but I'm getting so much closer. And as I've been consistent with these changes, I haven't had those the regression cycle hasn't been coming up as much. Like maybe I regress for a day or two, but not these like horribly 1 month regressions and things like that. So surgery was awesome at getting my eyes close to being aligned. The vision therapy is what is helping them stay aligned, helping my brain learn to use both eyes so that my brain wants to keep my eyes straight. When I'm having double, my brain wants to just move my eye. I guess it moves it this way. Move my eye out of the way so that I don't have to worry about seeing double. So vision therapy has made all the difference for me. I wouldn't have ever done surgery if I wasn't going to do vision therapy with it because there's no guarantee that the surgery is going to last. And I still don't have that guarantee, but the odds are way higher that there's going to be success if my brain can use both eyes together. There's tons of research that shows that people who are able to gain binocular vision, which is both eyes working together after surgery, have a way higher success rate than those whose eyes aren't working together. So I definitely recommend vision therapy. If you're going to have surgery, doing vision therapy in conjunction with it, I think it works so beautifully together. And if you want to know more about this, if you want to talk to me about your specific condition, you can go to my website, strabismussolutions.com/consult, and you can schedule a Zoom call with me, which is so fun. I love getting to know all of you. It's been super interesting to hear about people's different cases and help them figure out what the right path for them is. And it's not the same every time. Some people, surgery is the answer. Some people, it's X, Y, or Z. So it's really fun and interesting to meet other people with strabismus. So hopefully I get to talk to you, and please subscribe to this channel so that I can get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers before my birthday. It's in 1 month. We got 1 month. Let's do this.